We will now demonstrate the eForms SmartForm technology. By using the eForms conditional logic language, we can add intelligence to our eForms project. So we're going to discuss now how to add conditional logic to an eForms project file. Here at Minisoft, we have two corporate divisions. Each has its own distinct logo. Minisoft International, which is responsible for European and Asian markets, and Minisoft, which oversees sales and support in the Americas. Based on a key with the incoming data file, I would like to set a condition to switch between these two corporate logos. A key can reside in your source data file. It could be information pulled from a corporate database or even the naming convention of your source data file. eForms has the capabilities to implement conditional logic in several different methods. So for this example, we're going to add a key based on information contained in our source data file. If you take a look at the address line information in our viewer window, you'll notice we have two references for USA and for Europe. Page 1 is displaying USA. If we switch over to page 2, you'll notice how it now references Europe. The reference to Europe is going to be our key for this example. Let's create a variable that will pick up this Europe key from our source data file. From the top window pane, highlight our key wording Europe. Right-click with your mouse and select Add Variable. For a variable name, I'm going to specify Corporate Division, or an abbreviated version of that, in this case Corp Dev. We're also going to check the Copy Original Data to Output checkbox because we want the original reference from our source data file to remain on the output. We'll then select OK. The Corp Dev variable now appears under our variable placeholder in the project tree. It's the window in the upper left. Earlier in this presentation, we created a rule to place our Minisoft USA logo on our statement form. Let's go ahead and add a condition to this rule to make sure it only appears for pages that do not reference an international address. To add a condition to a rule, right-click on our logo rule. We're going to add an AND condition. For this example, I'm going to select Contains. The data condition dialog box now displays. To base the condition on a key, let's select our variable containing the conditional key, which is our Corp Dev variable. Then in our constant field, enter our key wording Europe. Select OK. From the project tree, our conditional logic conditions are now displaying. If we switch back to page 1, you will notice how the logo disappears. But remember, this rule pertains to our Minisoft USA logo. eForms gives us the ability to add not conditional-based options to change the conditional logic. If we right-click on our condition and select not, our Minisoft USA logo will now appear. Switch over to page 2 that makes reference to our key, and you'll notice how the Minisoft logo has disappeared. We now need to add our Minisoft International logo to our project. To do so, we're going to add another rule action. But first I'm going to give my existing logo rule name a bit more meaning. Let's right-click on our rule name of logo, select Edit, and change the name to make reference to our USA division. We'll go ahead and type Logo USA, select OK. Before creating the rule to place the Minisoft International logo, I'm going to need to add the logo to the project file. To add the logo to the project file, let's select Project Properties from the current project window and select Properties, Images. We currently have the Minisoft USA logo contained in the project, but now we want to add our Minisoft International logo. From the Images tab, select Add, and then select the logo we would like to add to the project file. In this case, the Minisoft International logo. Our Image Scaling Properties dialog box will now appear. I'm going to use the same scaling numbers I used previously for our other Minisoft logo. We can always make any needed adjustments later. We're also going to select Scaling, Shrink to desired size. We'll then click OK. We now have two divisional logos contained within the project file. And we'll go ahead and we'll select OK. Next, let's add a rule that will place our Minisoft International logo based on our key when the wording Europe is present. The Logo USA rule is the setup I need, but with a different image and a slightly different condition. A shortcut to creating a copy of an existing rule is to simply select the rule you would like to copy, hold down the Control key, and click and drag the logo until you see the line you see appearing in the project tree now. Once you see this, simply let go of your mouse and a duplicate rule is added to your project tree as shown here. Let's edit our new rule to represent our Minisoft International logo rule. Again, right-click on the rule name from the project tree and select Edit. From the Rule Properties dialog box, change the reference of USA to International, and then select OK. My condition now needs to change so my Minisoft International logo appears when my keywording Europe is present. To do so, let's remove the not conditional logic from the condition simply by right-clicking on the condition and selecting Not. A logo now appears based on our key, but not with the correct logo. To change the logo reference, let's select our Load Image action pertaining to our Logo International rule. Right-click and select Edit. The Load Action dialog box appears. Select the international logo we recently added to our project file and select OK. Our Minisoft International logo now appears on our statement. If we switch back to page 1, the logo also changes to our Minisoft USA division. As you can see, the Variables window has started to fill in with information. The Variables window was designed to allow the user to see the actual data information eForms is picking up for a variable. The Variables window is a useful tool for seeing how variables are defined when creating custom variables using functions and database lookups. Future eForms training sessions will cover the variable window in greater detail. This concludes Part 1 of our Advanced Document Management series. Thanks for watching.